show is as good as the sandwich.
That's messed up.
Down in attendance. Nice.
I'm Terry Lee on KMBR 1050B, Sports Leader.
Welcome on back. I got a friend of mine in studio, Ike of Ike's Sandwich Shop in San Francisco, which is a success story that I think needs to be shared. I think it's a great story, and it just goes to show you that when you have a good product, the people will come. I mean, it's just that simple. Ike in studio, dropping off some delicious sandwiches. One of the sandwiches that he actually dropped off for us today was the Matt Cain, which right now is being featured on an ESPN Fanwich poll. I have just tweeted the link to that. Please go on and vote for Ike's Matt Cain sandwich. And I'd love to see you get the exposure that ESPN can bring you, man. That would be fantastic. But really, an awful lot of your exposure, from a local standpoint, was spread by word of mouth. That's the best advertising you can have. But Man vs. Food didn't hurt you either.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of initially it was the word of mouth that helped propel the business to where it was, and because of the word of mouth advertising, we got Man vs. Food to give me a call and say, "Hey Ike, you want to be on the show?" I actually hadn't heard of the show at the time, and said, "Yeah, absolutely, I'll do the show." And then that took the business to another level. Then the business with the issues with the business, and then the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and the Chronicle, and all that. Then here we are.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and the reason why the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times and the Chronicle have been documenting your story is because it's one that, let's face it, your sandwich shop got so big and successful for your neighborhood that a couple neighbors, not the neighborhood itself, but just a couple of neighbors, were able to raise enough stink to get you evicted from your first place or something like that?
It ended up turning out that it was better for us if we moved.
Okay.
And we decided to move across the street. So they played a huge part into us deciding that we didn't want to be there anymore.
That is a very, very nice way of saying screw those guys. But you are. I tell you, when you first contacted me, one of the best phone calls I ever got was you. I don't know how you got my number or what it was, but you basically called me and said, "Look, I listen to your show. I dig your show. And I want to do a Damon Brew sandwich." And I had been to Ike's several times, and I thought, wow, I've officially made it locally. I'm going to be a sandwich at Ike's. And little did I know, I'm the most expensive sandwich at Ike's right now.
Yeah, you pretty much are the most expensive little sandwich that we have.
That's right, not the major
Yes.
Man versus Food sandwiches, which are, let's face it, those are like jokes. Those are like gimmicks in buns, right?
Well, the only reason why those sandwiches are around are for shows like Man vs. Food, absolutely. And for the crazy guy like me that would want to eat a stack of fried stuff and meat.
It's good. It's good. Are you the first to pioneer mozzarella sticks on a sandwich, by the way?
I think that I invented that in 2003, if you can call that an invention. But I don't see it at many other places until after I was doing it.
Chase, mozz sticks on a sandwich, is this a bold idea?
I go for the jalapeno poppers, Damon.
Are you a popper guy? Now, cheese popper or sour cream popper?
Oh yeah, there's cheese in there.
That's good.
There's cream cheese.
That's good.
We used to do the surprise where you didn't know if you were going to get cream cheese or if you were going to get cheddar cheese.
Oh,
It's just random.
serendipity
Yes.
will determine what's on your sandwich. Anyways, man, I have, like I said, I've tweeted this link out here. Tell us about the Matt Cain sandwich and the contest that you're in right now for Fanwiches on ESPN.
Yes, so I got contacted about 2 weeks ago about the ESPN Fanwich contest, and what it is they're looking for sports-inspired sandwiches, and they started this poll. So initially there was the Jim Rome sandwich, and now we have the Matt Cain sandwich. Both are in the poll. The Matt Cain sandwich went from 37th place to 3rd place, but it's still about 1,000 or so votes out of first place. What's on it is it's the Matt Cain World Championship Edition, so it's not just the regular Matt Cain sandwich which we have, but this one has roast beef, turkey, salami, provolone cheese, the Godfather sauce, which is like a dirty sauce, and Dijon and horseradish if they all had a menage a trois and created something. And it's got mozzarella sticks, beer battered mozzarella sticks, and since every world champion gets a ring, it's got beer battered onion rings and avocado on it.
Oh, it sounds like a heart attack in a bun. It really does. It sounds delicious. Now, what's great is athletes have really embraced your story as well. I mean, when you have a Matt Cain sandwich, when you have a Tim Lincecum, when you have a Barry Z, and I guess he gave you full permission to use the name and everything now?
Yeah, got permission to have the Barry Zito sandwich. His girlfriend showed me the text message and the photo with it.
That's awesome. So it's great that you've been embraced. Again, it's everyone's embracing you, man. I mean, it's got to feel great that you're not just in a business that people like. They want to be a part of it. They want to be, your story, I think, appeals to a lot of people as much as your sandwiches do. And I think that it's a big part of your success.
Oh, absolutely. I think that if it wasn't for the phenomenal staff that we had that just came in and always cared about the customers, and then the food being able to back up that talk, that the people wouldn't want to embrace us back, like Matt Cain and Lincecum and Barry Zito and you.
Now, Chase, be honest with me. Whose job is it to go out back, get high as a kite, and think up new sandwich combinations? Who's in charge of that?
I don't know about high as a kite, but I'd say Ike is the mastermind behind at least 85 to 90% of the concoctions. We like to suggest things daily, such as put a fried peanut butter jelly inside of a turkey sandwich, or put a hot dog and wrap it in bacon and put fried in avocado or whatever. But
wrap anything in bacon.
Honestly, yeah. But Ike gets most of the say, I will say.
Well, and when I was sitting there, when we were coming up with what went on my sandwich, I mean, you brought me out like 4 or 5 different versions. You're like, taste this, try this. Do you like this? Do you like that? Next thing I know, I'm full, and I'm just like, I like it all. Can these all be my sandwiches? But I'm very pleased that when you put it up to your loyal customers for a sandwich draft, who went #1 overall?
Yeah, who knew that when that sandwich was created, that the Damon Bruce sandwich would go #1 overall in the first ever World's Sandwich Draft?
I've never been the first person picked for a kickball team, much less a draft of any sort of kind. So all I can say, man, is that it's phenomenal, it's fantastic, and it seems like it's growing. It can't be stopped. Your guys are in. You're at Stanford now.
Yeah, we're on campus at Stanford University. We've got the new 16th Street location.
And the NCAA has already told you can't have an Andrew Luck sandwich.
Oh, yeah, so I got a letter from the Pac-10 saying, take that Andrew Luck sandwich off the menu, please.
Oh, boy.
But not as nice.
Yeah, probably not as nice. Not as nice as you are, anyways. But, the 16th Street location, right across the street, basically, from your old location. It is fantastic. And when will I be seeing you at the Emmys? And I'm not kidding. You have a reality TV crew that's been following you around, and you might have a pilot here soon.
Yeah, we had Indigo Films. They're based out of San Rafael, so they're pretty local. And they approached us about doing a show. They came in, they interviewed the staff. We had a few things, like the first day they were there, one of the neighbors cussed me out. That was awesome. That's probably going to be in the little sizzle reel that they're putting together. And then we had Stephen Jenkins from Third Eye Blind come in, and I guess they're putting together the sizzle reel, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Sizzle it up. Now, Chase, are you ready to be the breakout hit of this this show if it actually happens? Are you going to be the Snooki of the Ike's Sandwich Shop show?
I'm just worried that I'm gonna, overshadow Ike with my glory. So I've been trying to let him. I've been trying to let him ride the wave until it comes out.
I can see there's just a gigantic battle of egos taking place here. But
watch out.
Hey, thank you very much, man. You've been a huge supporter of me and my show. It's the very least I can do to reciprocate. Every single person that you gave a sandwich to that night at the press box, Ike basically brought an entire crate of sandwiches for me to just hand out in the press box a couple nights ago. So he's feeding the people. More importantly, he's feeding the media, and God bless him for doing just that. And that's why the media embraces him back. Ike, no one would do this. As much as we love free sandwiches, nobody likes anyone who is just. Bottom line is, not only do you have a good sandwich, you're a good guy with a great story, and I wish you continued success. Everybody go to Twitter right now. Click on the link that I just sent out. Go to Facebook and vote for the Matt Cain Fanwich in our technological savvy corner of the world. How can we lose any contest that's being waged on the internet? Support Ike's, support local businesses, and your local sports talk shows. Thank you, my friend.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you so very much, Ike's, here on the Damon Bruce Show. Thank you, Chase.
Thank you, Damon.